And we back, okay? All right, so, we got to give praise to my dad first, so let's just, take a minute to be grateful and show some gratitude for the Most High for giving us these moments with me. Take that energy as it resonates, man. Grand motherfucking rising, high ascension today, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful rising, a wonderful morning. Hope everybody's had their coffee, their tea, their breakfast, whatever it is you partake in. You feel me? Somebody get mad right now. Not judging. I'm just saying. I mean, do what you do. Just whatever. I don't know what to say about that. I try to be. All I can do is tell you what. There are extremes. Because ultimately that's what it's not plugged up no more, so you can't fuck with it. Fucking cat. Anyway, I be beefing with these cats, boy oh boy. Anybody else be beefing with their animals? Like, they got their pets, your fur babies, whatever. I don't like that word. I don't know. Not no judgments. I just fur baby. It sounds weird. But anyways, my kids. Let's just say my cat kids, fur babies, whatever. Anybody, they got their own little personalities and shit. I think it's cute. I think it's hilarious. But I was saying that I try to, be mindful about what I say when it comes to people's choices, because everybody has free will to do whatever it is that they do. And it's just like, so I did a post the other day. I may go back and re-upload another short, but I said that, the key to discernment is understanding where it's coming from, whether it's coming from the Most High or the devil, the enemy. Is that the enemy will tell you what you can't do, and the Holy Spirit will tell you what you shouldn't do. Now, to clear that up, because it did sound kind of confusing, maybe ambiguous once I thought about it. So I took a closer look at my statement, okay? Because we should do that sometimes. Everything we say, sometimes we make initial statements, and we have to understand, like, it sounds right, but then, other people might go, we get what we're saying, but then other people might go, I don't understand that shit. And so the whole point of being on this, for me to be on this platform, to have this channel, is to, we can help each other grow. So to clear that up, it's about free will. The enemy will try to take away your free will, tell you that you don't have free will, that you have to do things this way in order to obtain or achieve very particular goals, or to obtain something that you want. Whereas the Holy Spirit says you shouldn't do this. It's your free will, though. The Holy Spirit, God will still give you still have a choice. The enemy will leave you without a choice. It may seem like you're making a choice for yourself, but overall you're making a choice for the enemy, and for whatever the enemy's agenda is for you. That is the elimination of your free will. You feel me? There we go. And so it's that's the distinction. Okay. I don't know why I roll my eyes. I be getting, I do have a little bit of attitude problem. No, I'm not gonna call it a problem. It's a problem for some people. Okay. But I do kind of have like a whole. I just be over shit. I don't like stupid shit. I don't like stupid people. I don't like dumbass people. I don't like things that don't make sense. Okay? I just don't. Take that energy as it resonates. That's why I don't like some people. You feel me? But if you're using drugs this morning, be careful. I would urge you not to be using drugs, but I use them, so I'm still here to talk about it. Some of us don't make it this far to talk about it, so I'm not condoning anything. Everybody has free will. I'm just going to tell you to be careful. And if you're having a drink this morning, have a drink this morning. Don't get wasted. Maybe you just got off your third shift job. Shit. Let's get to this reading. What are we channeling? A card popped out. We're using the Tarot Dreams deck. The Seven of Wands. Defensive strategy, I just heard, because the chest is on there. So somebody's being very defensive about how they go about something, maybe. But this could be about being defensive, being This, okay, so in the reverse, it could mean that you're just defensive towards everybody. But this could just mean that you're defending yourself. You're blocking some type of attack. You're blocking something. What is somebody blocking, Holy Spirit? That's the question. Why are they blocking? Or do they need to? I just heard maybe they need to be prepared to block something. You need to be strategic about how you move forward. I heard you, Holy Spirit. Okay. Mm-hmm. We got the Five of Cups and the Six of and the Four of Swords. So somebody is in some type of regret, maybe remorse. Could be remorse, crying over spilled milk. But whatever's going on about it, I'm picking up on the fact that a decision that was made is keeping you anxious. You can't rest, can't sleep, can't eat. Yeah, the strength is in the reverse. You could be a Leo, but whatever it is has weakened you. You feel weak. I did just talk about drugs, didn't I? About blocking a card. We're gonna see though. I'm picking up on the fact that somebody may be battling drugs, a drug addiction, or some type of addiction. And Spirit is saying that you need to be defensive. You need to block. I'm picking up on the fact that you probably have a lot of people coming at you to want to get high, to maybe want to drink, to maybe want to participate in some horrible habits. You may be beating yourself up over a relapse. Maybe this is like somebody relapse. It's those terms. It's those terms that bother me, and they've always have. Relapse. Because when you go to treatment, what they teach you in treatment, I don't know all of them, but the majority of them teach you that if you're sober or you abstain from drugs, and once you use drugs again, it's like you fucked up everything goes down. All the hard work you've done has gone down the drain, and you got to start all over again. I don't believe in that. I think that is a part of the process. I think that's part of the whole system. The recidivism rate, because when you go to treatment, they tell you 9 out of 10 of you people will be back. Why the fuck would you tell people some shit like that in treatment? You know, the whole point of recovery is different for everybody, but the whole point is to recover something. Recovery means to let's look up the definition of recovery. Hold on, y'all, real quick, damn it, because I had to unplug the shit because the fucking cats, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hold on, that's 8 minutes in already. Damn. All right, let's see. Definition of recovery. Definition of recovery. A return to.
Definition of recovery. A return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength.
The action of process of regaining possession or control of something lost or stolen. So, yeah, a normal state of mind or strength. So that's what it is, to recover, okay? To put you back on an even plane, stability. But in treatment, they say, well, you'll be back. Well, yeah, of course you're going to tell people they'll be back, because if people didn't come back, then motherfuckers wouldn't have jobs. And so it's like jail. Jail does not offer rehabilitation for people. Prison, I don't know what prison does. Prison, if people, jail is different than prison. Of course it is. But people it's like putting a person on timeout. But even in that little 31 day period I was locked up, when I got out, I was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? It is an adjustment. And so after an extended period of time, people should be, because it is a process. It's a process of, brainwashing in a sense, conditioning. Let me say that, conditioning. When the lights come on, it's time to eat breakfast, or when that alarm, when that bell go, when they hit them roll the cell block, it's time to go eat. It's time to go take a shot. All these things. But then the people are released back out into society, into the world. After being conditioned, everybody's not the same. Some people's minds are very impressionable, are very receptive towards conditioning. And so when people whose minds may be very receptive to conditioning go back out into the real world, they're like, it's a shell shock to certain people, whether it could even be a week. You know what I'm saying? But we all know that 2 weeks, doing something consistently for 2 weeks forms a habit. And so what we have is like, I'm just using this as an example. People go back out into the real world and they're like, fuck, what do I do? It's because the world will condition you a different way than being in prison or being in jail. It just does. Because in jail, it's very structured. This is what the conditioning is. But when you get back out into the real world after being conditioned into a very particular institution or structure, the way people want you to think and act and bathe and eat and listen to another grown motherfucker. I mean, of course, people go to jail because it is punishment, but the whole point is to teach people a lesson so that they don't come back to jail. So the way I'm figuring it is kind of like with treatment. Jail should, when people go to jail or prison they do that, I believe. But jail, when people spend even time in jail, there should be some type of a psyche valve before they leave out, a preparation. But a lot of times people don't know when they're getting out of jail. But I'm just pretty much saying there should be something in place for that while people are there. You're not going to be here forever. When you leave here, what are you going to do? How are you going to feel? And so, like, even with treatment, treatment does not prepare people to go out into the real world. They prepare people to go out into a very closed off world of their own, where drugs are not, the ever-present threat of using drugs or drinking or having, dangerous sex and things like that. All these different things are, they say that that's what they teach people about, but what they do is it creates fear. It does not create a sense of courage for people to step back out into the world without having the structures of the same kind of conditioning that they got in the treatment. Just like when people go to sober homes and things like that, the whole world, the way that I viewed it, and I've not done sober living before. I've gone to treatment once and I got out, blah blah blah. But the way that when I interacted with people, it's so the recovery aspect of it when people get out of treatment is solely based upon a very fear-based idea. It is for people to walk around like this all the time. False evidence appearing real. Forget everything about reality. Forget everything about treatment. Okay. Like, that's the way I feel about it sometimes. What works for people is work for people. I'm not knocking that. In the support groups like NAAA, I'm not knocking those either. Because what works for whatever keeps somebody on track for whatever their goal is important. But I've seen people who've gotten out of treatment who've done very well, close to a year, and then have they take that first hit, they're like, fuck it, I've thrown everything away. And it's like, nah, dude, you could really just stop doing it now. Or if you're going to continue to do it, understand that you can't continue to do it, but put it down and go back to work. Get yourself together, go back to work. Pick up where you left off, because you can do it. We got the Nine of Swords and following strength there. This could resonate with a bunch of people this morning. You're crying over spilled milk. You feel you're anxious. You can't sleep. Maybe because your ass high, but I'm just saying. Okay, but you feel weak and you're depressed. You're in anxiety. You are falling back into the cesspool of relapse. Yeah, Three of Wands. You don't have any positive expectations. You just don't at this time. You've given it all up. Everything that you've worked hard for, you've dismissed. You've thrown back into the ocean. Or the trash, because now what you've been told is that you got to give it all up. You fucked up. You got to start all over again. No, you don't. The point where you lose everything and have to start all over. The point where you lose everything and have to start all over is what recovery has told you. You make a choice to throw all your progress and all your hard work out of the window, to go back to a motherfucking treatment facility that's going to teach you the same shit, to abandon everything that you've worked hard for, to come back there and start all over again. Fuck that shit. And Queen of Swords, that's what I'm talking about, truth and clarity. Okay? You throwing all your truth and clarity about your situation out of the window, back into the ocean, into the trash. Pisses me off. Okay? The Ace of Swords in reverse. Correct. All truth and clarity you have dismissed. You don't expect any of that. That's what you've been told. So the lie is it. So what's the lie? It's because the Ace of Swords is there. What's the lie, Holy Spirit? What's the lie that people have been told? Keeps them in fear. What's the lie? The enemy creates fear. We don't have fear about living. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't have fear of other people, but we're humans. You know, people scare us. Things scare us. Spiders scare me. The dark scares me sometimes. Heights terrify the fuck out of me. Okay? What's the lie, though? What's the lie? Thank you. Somebody here smells like coconut. We got the Page of Swords. What does Page of Swords got to do with anything? Page of Swords is about. I learned the other day. It's about being a student. Okay, so like you're an apprentice. The Page of Swords is an apprentice, I guess. Yeah, they are. But it also represents people looking at you, spying, social media. But this is about being an apprentice, a very knowledgeable apprentice, somebody who's walked away with a greater sense of knowledge and self about a very particular craft or a knowledge base. We'll take this card. What is it? Yeah, the King of Wands. They came back out. Oh my God. So yeah, what they want you to know is that you failed as a student. You failed. You failed the leadership. You failed to be this great leader with everything that you've learned in treatment. Okay, so now you got to come back. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Okay, I just seen so many people's lives get ruined not because they relapsed, but because of what they were taught before they relapsed. You know, it's like a punishment. People punish themselves. People punish themselves because that's what they're taught to do. If people went to treatment and they say, you know what, if you relapse, if you use drugs again, it's fine, you know, but you have to just regather yourself, take a step back, understand what happened, why it happened, and cut that off. But I've seen people who got good jobs, got their cars and places again, and then as soon as they relapse, it's the whole world crumbles, and then they go right back to treatment after losing everything. And then treatment welcomes them back, but then shames them. But they expect you to come back because they tell you that when you get there. So it's in your mind. So the whole time the person's in treatment, they're like, well, I'm gonna fuck up and come back anyways. That's what happened the last time and the last time before that. Well, if you keep going through a process, a system that's supposed to help you be sober or abstain from drugs to recover, okay, and you keep going back, I'm telling you now, there ain't nothing wrong with you. Something wrong with the fucking system that you're in. You feel me? We got the Three of Swords. So this is, yeah, there's a heart. You feel like you've broken your own heart. A lot of times people feel like they've let themselves down. Then, you know, everybody else around them has let them down except treatment. Because that's where they go. That's where they feel safe. They feel safe with their fears there. These implanted fears that treatment has given them. It's kind of like being a parent and telling your kid when the kid grows up, you know, wants to go to college. Oh, college is bad. The world is bad, because you want your kid to stay at home. You want your kid to keep coming back to you for whatever agenda that you may have, the conditioning that you may have, being, you know, whatever the powers that be or were, whatever. Okay. Got kids thinking that you know, the world is going to eat you up, gobble you up, and spit you out. It's kind of, okay, so it's kind of like, I just got the mindset, somebody wants to be a singer or an actor, and they want to move to the big city, and they from a small town, the parents go, you going to go there, you going to get raped, you going to get murdered, you going to be on drugs, you going to be on Skid Row, and they go, fuck it, I ain't going. You know? So, but it's about the benefit. So what are we saying here? The Tower. So we got this Tower. Causes great towers. Everything is wiped out and eliminated once you relapse. This is what we do. Now we do. I'm not going to say we because I didn't do that shit. But this is what people do. Okay? Yeah, these places, let me tell you. So we got the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and the Seven of Swords. Okay? I'm telling you, this is breadcrumbing energy that gives you burdens. Seven of Swords to make it, because in the reverse, this is about making people accountable for their own actions. This way, it's not. Okay, in these treatment facilities, I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm channeling this morning because somebody needs to hear this shit. Okay, And this is me not by any means telling people that you're going to treatment is bad. I'm not saying that. I think that treatment is about going there with your mindset on a very particular. Why are you going to treatment? Are you going to treatment because you relapse? Are you going to treatment because you just for whatever reason? My reason was I wanted to 2001. It could be very significant for somebody. I went to treatment so that I could recover who I am on the inside. I made very particular decisions. I made a very particular decision to go there, not because I wanted to quit drinking, not because I wanted to quit using drugs, but because I wanted to find myself again away from people who were distracting me from that. And what do I know now? That was part of the enemy's plan. That was part of their plan anyways, to continue to distract me with drugs and alcohol. And I was weak to the conditioning of my family, my friend group, jobs. All these outside influences had conditioned me to continue to be the same person that I had always been. And so I went to treatment to reclaim, to take back my power. So that when I went back out into society, if I decided I wanted to drink or use drugs, it was because of my choice, not because of what people made me feel like. You feel me? You get where I'm coming from with that? But what at the bottom of the deck is, this is breadcrumbing energy. Yeah, treatment breadcrumbs give you burdens, and then they make you, they don't hold you accountable. They tell you that you're an addict. And then that's the reason why I have a problem with the whole term of being an addict. Because when people are addicts, I've dealt with plenty of them, was in relationships with some a very long time. Every time something went wrong, there was never any accountability because they have an addiction. It's like, I used to always hear, it's like having diabetes. I can't help it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You feel me? Because I cheated. Okay, it's from my addiction. I stole. It was from my addiction. I got abusive because it was because I'm an addict. No, these aren't the reasons why. Okay, so it's time for people to start being accountable for how they choose to recover things. Do not allow an organization, an institutional structure, decide how you should recover what you've lost or who you used to be. You feel me? Let me get one more card here because I'm about to. Judgment. So now you feel like you're under harsh and cruel judgment, and you are, because that's where you put yourself. That's what you put. That's what treatment has taught you. Now you're under harsh and cruel judgment, and depending on where you go, because I'm telling you now, Minnesota Adult Teen Challenge is nothing but a fucking cult. Okay, they can take that. You can kiss my ass on that too, because I met plenty of people coming in and out of that bitch, and there's some weird, strange shit going on in there. They train people in there. They brainwash people to leave out of there and become gang stalkers, or they form like their own little task force. This is what I'm hearing, but this is what I also intuitively know and have picked up along the way. Minnesota Adult Teens Challenge takes people, and what they do is that they retrain their minds to demonize people who use drugs or sell them. So they create these own little task force to set people up, to put them behind bars that they feel shouldn't be out in the streets because of some type of drugs or whoever they choose to attack. That's why when you are if you're in jail in Rochester and let's say you want to get released to treatment, the only place that they have on the kiosk is Minnesota Adult Teen Challenge. So you leave one particular conditioning. You leave one place where you're being conditioned, and then you go to another place where you can fucking be brainwashed. Okay? Yeah, and you're under this harsh judgment from a system and society of people that want you to feel like that. They want you to be in a shameful place so that they can come in and tell you how wrong you are because you lack faith in the Most High. You lack faith in yourself. Okay? That's what I heard. You lack faith. And that's not bad. But you have to pull back your power, take back your power. Understand understand why you went through what you went through. Did you start using drugs again maybe because you are somebody who has a very bright future ahead of you, and people see that and they're jealous. And so you got people around you that are constantly using drugs, reminding you, doing little subliminals to get you to continue to use. Are you around? Sometimes you just got to get away from motherfucking people. Okay? Because not everybody that uses drugs is a fucking demon. They're not. But that's what they teach you. So then what happens is that you cut, not to say that you shouldn't, but sometimes you do have to cut everybody off that is doing something that you don't want to do. Something that doesn't work for your highest good. But then what happens is that when you leave out of these institutions and go back into these groups, the people there that are sober, albeit are sober, are not fucking angels. They're fucking demons in there too. But there's still a conditioning process going on. There's still a mind control, like a Svengali kind of tactic that they still enforce upon people. You got the Knight of Wands. It makes you very lackluster. I'm trying to tell you, it makes you very lackluster. It makes you you lose faith and you become lackluster. So now you're defensive, okay? Because I've gone on and on about these motherfuckers. I could go on and on all day about the shit, okay? Because I'm telling you now that the most harmful thing for me when I was in a relationship with addicts is for them to always blame things on their addiction. And for a while I bought it because, but then when I started to realize what it truly was, no. People have an addiction to a lack of accountability. People have an addiction to not wanting to grow the fuck up or be accountable, okay? Let me see. And sometimes people don't even, sometimes motherfuckers like to hit people. They don't want to admit that. So it's got to be the addict. Attic-Shun. I put Attic-Shun. Shunning things in the attic. Attic is representative of your crown. The things in your subconscious, the things in your brain. Attic-Shun. They want to, addiction tells people to shun things in their attic, their head. You feel me? So they don't focus on the fucking issue. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. So now the person is defensive. What do we want the person to know? Or did I just tell them what they needed to know? Okay? What is this? The Knight of Cups. Love yourself. Accept love offers. Love yourself, though. Okay? Love yourself. Yep, Palace of Coins. Ace of Coins. Love yourself. That's the key. That's the key to your prosperity. That's the key to your abundance. Love yourself. And offer love back into the world as well. Do not become fearful of everybody. Because everybody is not out to hurt you. Okay? Love yourself. Don't be fearful of these places. But understand the conditioning. It's like what do I always say? There's many matrices in this matrix. Treatment is another fucking matrix. It's a matrices in this matrix. A lot of places are. Okay? I'm glad where I went. Yep, we got the 4 of Cups. Refuse that. Listen. Keep your eye on the prize instead of what you got in front of you. Be over this shit. You don't always have to accept the hand that's always trying to help you, because the hand that's trying to help you all the time obviously has not been helping you. There are other ways to maintain sobriety. There's other ways to recover things. What else? Anything else? Because now I'm irritated. I'm very serious about this bullshit. Okay? That's the word. Phonology. Comment down below and let me know what you think. I mean, I've sat in treatment with somebody who had been in treatment 15 times. And not to say that people can't continue to keep trying. But then I started to realize, we was having this discussion and this person kept going, well, the person got mad at me because blah, 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 blah. It wasn't my fault. And I just said, dude, like I was so irritated. I was like, no, they stopped talking to you because you're a fucking thief. You stole from this person. They don't have to talk to you. How dare you? Well, they should understand it's my addiction. They ain't got to understand shit. Maybe you got to understand it's not your addiction. Maybe you got to understand you're just selfish. That you need to grow the fuck up. Okay? You ain't like me after that. I don't give a fuck. Okay? If they would say to me in treatment, the instructor or the counselor put me to the side one day. You know what this motherfucker told me? Dwayne, you have to let me run the class. I'm the counselor here. Oh, do what the fuck you do. Because people kept asking me questions, looking for my advice, and this motherfucker got mad. Why? Because I'm telling them they ain't got to keep coming back to this motherfucker. Okay? Get your ass, get your head out of your ass, mister. Son of a bitch. Stupid ass bitch. Piss me off with that shit. Okay. Listen, by day 59, I was about to, listen. People do all kind of shit. I was ready to, I tried to tell you, I was gonna go to jail. Listen, I was there on my own volition. But the way it's the way it's structured and set up is that they made me feel guilty about when I was ready to get the fuck out. Well, you can't, like, for a minute I thought like, wow, damn, I guess I can't leave. The bullshit. Okay? What's the card, please? Give me a card, please. Shit. I don't know shit, but you know. Is there a card that we're gonna get? I guess not. I'm gonna pull from the top. Meditate and contemplate your decision. Some you might need to meditate and contemplate what the fuck's really going on. And if you really are relapsed, or if you just did something that you maybe shouldn't have done, and now it's time to just walk away from it. Take a shower, get you some sleep, kick those motherfucking people out of your house, turn your phone off, and get you some R&R before Monday rolls back the fuck around. But come Monday, you don't need to be quitting your job and going back to no motherfucking treatment facility just for them to tell you that you're going to come back anyway. In that older apple orchard. We're closing out this reading. I'm your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. Remember, you grow, I grow, I grow, you grow, we grow together. Ooh, I'm so irritated. It's always love and light around this bitch. As always, I love you. Take care. Do what's best for you at the end of the day. Let the sun shine in. I love you. Deuces. Oops. I got them on. Yeah. Savage.